Good noon, children. We shall start a next topic called cancer. Actually, cancer, no, it is very dreadful disease, a very dangerous disease to human beings, and this will cause major death all over the world. Okay, and in India also, more than 1 million of people they are affected because of the cancer, and large people they used to die annually because of the cancers only. And what is the mechanism behind that? Okay, and what is the mechanism behind that, and how the cancer cell is formed, what are the mechanism, and what are the types of cancers, causes of cancers, and how cancer cells can be detected, and what is the treatment for cancer. That only we are going to learn in this class. Is that clear, children? So we'll enter into the topic, cancer. So, cancer, I gave the introduction regarding cancer, and cancer is also known as malignant tumor. Okay, cancer is also known as malignant tumor. So, what do you mean by malignant tumor, children? Okay, malignant tumor means it will formed or it will multiplied or it will proliferated, and it will started to spread from one area to another area. Okay, that we can call it as malignant tumor. So cancer is also known as malignant tumor, where proliferation or multiplication of cells can be seen in one particular area, and sometimes it started to move from one place to another place, where again it will infect the some other region also. So in that condition we can call the tumor as malignant tumor. And we'll tell it's a group of diseases involving abnormal cell growth with the potential to invade or spread to other parts of the body. That's the thing I have explained. First, proliferation would occur, then it leads to move from one organ to another organ, and spread over can be seen in another organ also. So that is only we are telling malignant tumor. Is that clear? So what is the definition of malignant tumor? Proliferation can be seen, and it will spread from one part of organ to another part of organ, or one part of the tissue to the another part of the tissue, is called malignant tumor. Is that clear? And consider as one major, this cancer is considered as one major cause of death all over the world, and due to its severity process of oncogenic transformation of cells. What do you mean by oncogenic? Cancer causing cells, we can call it as oncogenic cells. Okay, cancer causing cells, we can call it as oncogenic cells. Is that clear, children? And normally nowadays, how to control the cancer and what are the treatment we can able to give, everything, some research is going on in biology and medicine also. And cancer can be induced by externally, by having some, by taking or by consuming some carcinogens. What is carcinogens? Cancer causing agents are called carcinogens. C for C, you can remember. Cancer causing agents are called carcinogens. Cancer causing agents, we can call it as carcinogens. So that's introduction about cancer. Now that's the introduction about cancer. Now we want to have one data regarding the different types of cancer. Now look at first picture, women. Women is most probably affected with breast cancer, lung cancer, stomach cancer, and cervical cancer. Okay, cervix region also there is a chance for cancer, and colorectal in their anus part also, in the rectum part of the alimentary canal also there is a chance of cancer. So these are the common cancer, and based on data we are telling. Apart from that, we have other type of cancer also, but which can be seen mostly in female means breast, lung, stomach, cervical, colorectal cancer. Come to men. Men is having another important one, esophagus cancer, and liver, because the people they used to go for smoking and all, and alcohol, they will have a liver cancer, and they will have a gland, no, prostate gland. Okay, the prostate gland also there is a chance of for cancer. So you can see prostate cancer and colorectal cancer. These are the some common cancers can be seen throughout the world for male and female. And this is the report. Just go through it. Most probably the lung cancer is affected because of the pollution, because of the smoking, and stomach cancer because of food adulteration and some junk food and other things will get a stomach cancer. And colon cancer also, if you are not having the proper healthy food items, and if you have more stress, you will get a colon. And liver, if you are again exposed with alcohol, you will get a liver. And breast cancer can be because of so many reasons, okay, because of so many reasons, because of their tight clothes, and if they are not giving proper feeding for their child, and because of that, and also some mutation can be seen in the breast. So all those things are the reasons for the cancers. And first one we'll see causes of cancer. Which will cause cancer? This what we have learned is different types of cancer. Whatever the type, what is the first step? Normal cell. In our body we have normal cell. Cell will undergo mitosis. So one cell can divide. One cell will give two cells. That is a normal mitosis process. But here what will happen? Normal cell, they will transform to cancerous neoplastic cells. Once the cell, normal cell, it lose its normal capacity, then we would call that cell it as neoplastic cells. What is neoplastic cells? A cancer causing cells, we can call it as neoplastic cells. How it would occur? It will happen because of agents like physical, chemical and biological agents. Okay, and these agents, whatever the agent, physical, chemical or biological agent, which will cause cancer, we can call it as carcinogen agents. Which will cause cancer, we can call it as carcinogen agents. And one by one we'll see the agents. First come to the physical agents. There are two types of radiation, no? Ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiations. Ionizing radiations like X-rays, gamma rays, okay, and come to non-ionizing radiations like UV rays. These two also responsible for causing cancers in human body. What do you mean by ionizing radiations? We all well known X-ray, no, it will have a shorter wavelength and higher frequency and higher energy. So this higher energy has the capacity to change the atoms and molecules of the DNA. Thereby it will cause some mutation, leads to cancer. And come to non-ionizing radiations like UV rays. We know if it is a non-ionizing also, UV rays are closer to the gamma rays. So it will mimic ionization. It will mimic ionization. What do you mean by mimic ionization? So here no ionization, but the photochemical reactions can be seen. The light will react with your atoms and molecules. It will help to break the molecules. So once the molecules is separated, it leads to formation of cancerous cells. Is that clear, children? So what are the two physical agents? Ionizing radiations like X-rays, they will have a shorter wavelength, high frequency, high energy. This high energy has the capacity to break the atoms and molecules of the DNA. So it will cause mutation, leads to cancerous cell. Come to gamma rays, gamma rays also same only. Come to non-ionizing radiation like UV rays. UV rays are they are longer wavelength but low frequency and low energy. So it won't cause ions in the no creation of new ions, but it has the capacity to break some molecules. That breaking only we can call it as photochemical reaction, because it is very closer to X-ray, so it will mimic the role of X-ray. So whatever the type, it will cause some mutation and leads to oncogenic cell, that is neoplastic cell, leads to cancer. So these are the two physical agents. Come to the chemical agents. So tobacco, normally people used to go for tobacco smoke, and sodium azide, methyl, ethane sulfonate. This and all some of the drug, and these also cause changes in their cells. And biological agents, for example, biological agents under only you want to have a viruses. Physical and chemical, there is no role for a virus or bacteria to cause disease, only radiations and some of the chemicals. Come to biological agents only, you want to see some viruses has the capacity to produce cancers in our body. So those viruses we can call it as oncogenic viruses. And what could be the example? Example, you'll write HPV, human papillomaviruses. HPV, human papillomavirus, HPV, and hepatitis B also has the capacity to cause cancer. And herpes virus, we have learned, no, in the sex education, the herpes, no, it will comes under virus category. So this will also cause cancers in the human being. So these we can call it as biological agents. And apart from that, some cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes, both are also synonym word only, in normal cells will activate to lead a oncogenic. Oncogenic means that has the capacity to become a cancerous cells. So this also can be seen in the biological agents. So these are the types or agents to cause cancers. Now we know the cancer. Okay, now we are telling a normal cell will change it into a cancerous cells, or normal cell will change it into a neoplastic cell, that is cancer causing cells. How it would occur? Now look at this slide, you will get a concept for that. Normally the cell will undergo division and it will continue its process, but that normal cell has the capacity called has a one phenomenon in it called contact inhibition. So what do you mean by contact inhibition? A normal cell will have a characteristic called contact inhibition. What do you mean by that? Contact inhibition means it will inhibit uncontrolled growth. Now look at this slide. Now this is a normal cell. Now this normal cell is dividing for the tissue or organ growth. Once the area were filled, furthermore the growth of the cell won't occur. So this is the characteristic of contact inhibition. Once they will form a group of cells, there is no place, automatically they will stop, the growth will be stopped. This is we can call it as contact inhibition. But come to the oncogenic cell, and if there is no place also, it started to grow. So we'll tell the transformed cell or oncogenic cell, it loses its contact inhibition character. Once it lost its contact inhibition character means obviously we can see the proliferation of cells in a small region even. Now look at this slide, we can see a proliferation of cells in this small region even. So this is only will tell tumors or cancer cells. So a normal cell will have the very important phenomenon in that we can call it as contact inhibition, and a transformed cell or cancer cells lost a capacity called contact inhibition. Thereby the proliferation of cells can be seen in a small area, so that we can call it as tumorous cells. So this is only we can call it as masses of cells. I think now you got a concept regarding contact inhibition. Now look at this structure. First cell is normal, will have proper amount of cytoplasm, center nucleus, and inside nucleus, nucleolus can be seen and chromatin network can be seen. And come to the cancerous cells, there because it will keep on dividing, no, so automatically cytoplasm level will be reduced. So small cytoplasm and many nucleus will be there because it is going to form many cells in it, and we can see more nucleoli. Why they need more nucleoli means nucleoli is a place where we can see the formation of ribosomes. So the ribosomes will increase, so it will increase the proteins, cancerous proteins will be increased, and also chromatin also will become a coarse. Okay, it is not a fine thread like structure, it is become a thickened structure. So this is the difference between normal and cancerous cell. Now come to the second slide, second picture. Now a tumor is formed here. Okay, now this is a cell, normal cell, this is also normal cell, but in this short places only we want to see a rows of cells. Instead we can see proliferation of cells can be seen. So this is only we can call it as tumor. Okay, now I think you got an idea regarding tumors. Now we'll move on to the types of tumors. Actually, we have two types, children: benign tumors and malignant tumor. What are the two types of tumors? Benign. Okay, benign tumors and malignant tumors. Now come to benign tumors. Normally, this benign tumors will be where the tumors will be formed. No, there only it will be there. It won't spread from one place to another place. It won't spread from one place to another place. It won't spread from one place to another place. So automatically it is not going from one place to another place, means it will cause only little damage. It will cause only little damage. So it is not that much severe. This benign tumor is not a severe tumor. Is that clear? So this benign tumor normally will retain in their original location of the area only. It won't move from one place to another place through the blood. So it will not cause that much damage. So we can tell it will cause only little damage. And come to the second type, malignant tumor. As we have discussed earlier, mass of proliferating cells, that is neoplastic or tumor cells, it is only malignant tumors. And these cells grow very rapidly and it will invade and damage surrounding tissues. It will go near to the neighboring cells. And these cells actively divide and grow. They also starve when normal cells. And if it is continuously growing, automatically it need more amount of vitamins, minerals and ions. Everything it will get it from the neighboring cells. So the neighboring cells started to lose its condition. So that is the thing we are calling starve the normal cells, and the normal cells won't get enough amount of nutrition in it, because there is a competition between normal cells and the cancerous cells to share the nutrition. And cancerous cells escape from the site of origin and moves to distant place by blood, where they get lodged to make the normal cell cancerous. So where it is going to land, so it will cause cancer in that region. So this property is called metastasis. Is that clear? What is metastasis? A malignant tumor has the capacity to move from one region to another region through blood. Where it will land, it will cause cancer in that area also. This condition we can call it as metastasis. Is that clear, children? Now, how can we detect the cancer? We can detect cancers by the following methods. First one, biopsy. Okay, biopsy. Pronunciation is biopsy. And second, histopathological studies. One by one we'll see. What is that? First one, a tissue and blood and bone marrow test or increased cell counts. Normally they'll take tissue of the affected person. If you have symptoms like somewhere you can see some growth of cells, physical observation can be done for some organs. So if you have a feeling some tumor like structures can be seen in your body, so you will go for a biopsy test where they will take the tissues of that region and they will check the cell count. For example, if it is this this size of tissue, it should have, imagine this is a tissue where they are taking from your region, infected region. So this tissue should contains only, for example, 1000 cells. Okay, that is a normal cell count. Suppose instead of 1000 cell, it will contains 2000 cell, means they will confirm that might be the cancerous region or cancerous cell. So that is only we'll call it as tissue and blood and bone marrow test for increasing cell counts. So part of the first step, we'll go for checking the cell counts in the tissue and blood and also in bone marrow, and that process we can call it as leukemias. Okay, second one will tell biopsy of a piece of suspected tissues, cut into thin section, is stained and examined under microscope. So with that also we can see whether it is having a same row of cells or the row is extended. Row is extended because of the cancerous cells. That also can be seen. That is biopsy. So cell count is leukemias. Taking tissue and observing with the help of microscope regarding the histological study. Histological means study about the tissue is called histology. So when we are doing some observation in the tissue, that we can call it as histopathological studies. So with that we'll confirm whether we'll have a normal cell alone or we'll have cancerous cells. So these are the first two method, biopsy. And come to the radiography like X-rays, CT. Radiography like X-rays means, and here this X-rays can be used to detect the cancers of the internal organs. As I told you, physical observation and while taking tissues can be for some of the parts only, but not for all. So when your internal organs are affected, you want to go for X-ray studies only. So X-ray studies will enter throughout your organ, and it will, with that we'll take a X-ray image. With that we can able to confirm whether the person is having cancer or not. And second one, CT. CT means computerized tomography. Here is nothing. An X-ray machine is connected with a computer. Thereby images can be seen in the computer. Will tell if it is, we can able to see three-dimensional images. So if any proliferation, some extra growth means we can detect. So either of X-rays or CT will detect the internal organs whether it is affected by cancer or not. Next come to MRI scan. Okay, that is expansion for that is magnetic resonance imaging. Magnetic resonance imaging. Now uses strong magnetic field and non-ionizing radiations to accurately detect the pathological and physiological changes in the living tissues. So MRI scan, they will go for MRI scan. I will show you the picture. So with that MRI scan, in that scan everything will be there, the organs which and all affected, if have any pathogen is there. Pathological studies help to diagnose whether cancer is present or not. And come to last one, antibodies against cancer specific antigen. Now even we'll check, for example, if it is affected by a virus or because of that, we'll check the antibodies. So antibodies against cancer specific antigens are used for detection of certain cancers genes. Person is advised to prevent exposure with the carcinogenic agents. Okay, so what are the types? Biopsy, okay, that is tissue study, and histopathological study also tissue, or will count the cell leukemias. And radiography will send the X-rays to directly to the internal organ of the body, and will do CT scan, or will do MRI scan, or will check with the help of the antibodies. And these are the treatment. Either we should remove the cancer part, or we should go for radiotherapy. Again we'll give X-rays to kill the affected cancer cells, or we'll use chemicals. Chemotherapy means we'll use chemicals to kill the cancer causing agents. So I'll give the explanation with the diagram with the help of pictures. First treatment, surgery. So imagine this is a skin color, no? This is a tumor, means we'll remove the tumor cells. Surgically we'll remove the tumor cells. Okay, that is meant for surgery. And radiation therapy means a person is allowed to go with the radiation. So this radiation or X-rays is having a high powerful energy to kill the cancer causing cells in its place even. So that we can call it as lethal. Lethality means death of the cell, death of the cancer cells. And normally even some of the neighboring cells also would be affected, that we want to take care. The highly practiced persons can do that radiation therapy. Is that clear, children? So surgery to remove the cancer cell event, and radiotherapy will send high X-rays to kill the cancer causing cells. And come to third one, chemotherapy. C for C, chemical. So we'll give chemicals. Doctor is giving chemicals to a person. So this chemical may cause some side effects like hair loss, anemia, because this chemicals even kill your normal cell also. So your normal cell also will get disturbed and leads to anemia and hair loss. So that is the third method. And what is the fourth method, children? Immunotherapy. Here we need to increase our immunity power. For that we are giving an alpha interferon. Okay, this interferon will activate your immune system. So interferon is mainly meant for what? Viral protein. So here we are giving modified alpha interferon to detect the cancer cells and destroy them. So that can be done to increase our immune system, that is immunotherapy. And normally nowadays doctors, they are prescribing all combination therapy, like combination of surgery, radio and chemotherapy. Is that clear, children? Now the picture is explaining the radiotherapy. Now radiotherapy means radiation, x-rays are sending. Now this is your tumor cell and the tumor cell will die. Okay, next what will happen? Now this tumor cell is affected, and even it will disturb to the some of the neighboring cells also. And second point, we'll see uptake of tumor cells by antigen presenting cells. Okay, so this antigen presenting cells, it used to uptake the tumor cells. Next, what will happen? This APC, that is antigen presenting cells, no, it will based on that your body started to produce antibodies. So antibodies will fight with the your antigen presenting cells. So automatically the T cells stimulate the immunotherapy. The T cells was increased and it leads to immunotherapy. And last, a strong T cell responses to generate killing remaining tumorous cells also. Is that clear, children? So radiotherapy will kill the tumor cells. So once the cells were killed, and it is an antigen, it is an unwanted part, and it was detected by your antibodies. So antigen antibody reactions can be there, and suppose when it is entered inside the cell, we can see the cell mediated immunity also. Both also will function and leads to the destruction of your cancerous cells. Okay, and what we want to do, we want to do complete exercise every day, have to have healthy foods, proper sleep, and we should be free from stress, because stress will create so much of hormones in our body, chemicals will disturb your cancer. Is that clear, children? So that's all about the cancer, types of cancer, and detection method, diagnosing method, and also treatment for that. So maybe next week we shall start drugs and alcohol abuse. That is very small only. So next week we'll finish that chapter, children. Thank you, my dear.